Let's go on to the phone now and engage Justice Abdulai. So we know that the Member of Parliament for North Tongue constituency, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, is considering introducing a private member's bill to prevent legislators and government officials and any person who is politically exposed from buying state assets. Well, private legal practitioner Justice Abdulai has joined us via phone. Mr. Abdulai, very good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us on News Central.
Thank you so much for having me.
To start with, how far-reaching would you say such a bill would go in preventing politically exposed individuals from purchasing state assets?
So, at this moment, we do not know the details of what the Honourable Member has in mind, but it's suffice to say that any bill that seeks as its intentions to curb the purchase by public officers of public property is naturally a good thing that we should all welcome and support. Indeed, I rather call for an expansion of that kind of a bill to include civil servants who also at the tenure of their offices sometimes have the privilege of getting some things off record. And I think if you are targeting politically exposed persons and indeed political leaders, we should look at civil servants as well. We should look at also including in that bill anyone that is remotely connected to these politically exposed persons or their family members, and indeed their family members, because really most of the times what happens is that they use the names and the identities of family and friends for the acquisition of items that would otherwise be if known could bring problems. And so we shouldn't just target politically exposed persons or their cronies, but in their immediate family members. And I would also, rather than coming out with a bill, I would also advocate for rather an amendment of the OSP Act because it has similar provisions. And an amendment to that Act would, I believe, can encapsulate all these issues that we are dealing with to make it better, because really, coming out with a completely new bill, I do not think would be of any interest to all of us when there's an existing bill that can be, an existing act that can be amended to encapsulate the issues that are at hand.
Right. And are you also surprised that we actually don't even have that as part of our laws? That, for instance, you are appointed as a government official, you are given a bungalow, and then after your tenure, you want to buy it. What happens to the next person who may be appointed? So it should have already been part of laws. Do you not agree?
Indeed. It is the reason for somewhat of my disappointment when after the Okudzeto Ablakwa versus Jacob case fiasco, I was hoping that we would have thought through these matters right at that moment and take positive action against misconduct, if you would want to call it. Because really, at the end of the day, if you go by the status quo, in maximum 20 years' time, the state may not have any property at all. And which is why the state keeps retooling itself by way of equipment and vehicles and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, everybody walks away with such items. And indeed, their bedroom items, household items, everything is gone when they're coming into office, a new person. So I don't know how sustainable that is in the development of our country. It is definitely not sustainable because first, we do not have the resources, and second, we have not demonstrated credible enough our ability to deal with such matters sustainably. So the earlier we stop such practices, the better for all of us.
Right. And if such a law, like you're suggesting that we amend the OSP Act, if that amendment is done, or probably Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa's private members bill actually is successful, would you advise or suggest that it takes retrospective effects where every state asset that has been bought in the past is reclaimed for the state? Could the law do that?
So my position would be that retrospectivity has not been a good thing within our law. And so it's always good to start from a clean sheet and see how best we can deal with matters going forward. Religious activity could bring a lot of money issues up, and we might probably not be able to deal with it. But those that we can resolve today, we should be able to resolve them. And those that are in the past that we can relook at, I think we can relook at them without necessarily having to criminalize them and then dealing with them such that it brings a lot of issues that we probably may not be able to contain.
Justice Abdulai, pleasure talking to you as always. He's a private legal practitioner. Thank you for your time.